Faisal Khan, known to millions of students simply as Khan Sir, built an empire by breaking down complex topics for competitive exams. He commands one of the largest educational audiences on YouTube and routinely fills massive offline classrooms in Bihar. In June 2026, the national spotlight shifted from his teaching methods to his legal dockets. Within a single week, Khan Sir was forced to mount a defense against two severe, entirely distinct sets of charges. In the capital, a prominent television news anchor has hit him with a 2 crore rupee defamation lawsuit. Meanwhile, 1,000 kilometers away in Patna, he's named in a criminal FIR involving gunfire, vandalism, and attempted murder. These two dockets, one fought over digital harassment, the other involving physical violence, expose a highly volatile reality within India's modern test prep industry. Massive digital influence and highly lucrative physical turf are violently colliding. The digital conflict ignited on May 29th amidst the massive controversies surrounding the NEET medical entrance exams. Aaj Talk anchor Anjana Om Kashyap hosted a television debate criticizing the growing commercialization of education, pointing a finger directly at the outsized influence of online star teachers. Following that broadcast, Kashyap alleges that Khan Sir and several other prominent educators mobilized a targeted harassment campaign against her. Across social media, she was repeatedly branded a sold-out journalist running a fake news shop. The lawsuit outlines a barrage of abuse, but highlights one specific action as the most severe. The educators allegedly disclosed the name of the school attended by Kashyap's child, creating a tangible security risk for her family. The educators have a very different view of the exchange. In court, their defense argued that Kashyap used her national television platform to defame them first, making their online response a justified retaliation. The case landed before Justice Neena Bansal Krishna at the Delhi High Court. She refused an immediate injunction to take down posts, giving educators time to respond. However, she warned that any derogatory content will ultimately be removed. This Delhi docket is actively testing the legal limits of an influencer's audience power. It asks exactly what happens when millions of devoted online followers are weaponized against the traditional press. While the Delhi court debated digital boundaries, a literal turf war erupted on the streets of Patna. On the night of June 2nd, a violent clash involving stone pelting and gunfire broke out right outside the Khan Global Studies Institute. Police arrested 2 of Khan's own security guards after a viral video showed them firing weapons into the air during the chaos. The situation escalated rapidly when investigators added Khan Sir's name to the first information report. Based on interrogations, police suspected he instructed the guards to open fire and subsequently provided false information to authorities. He was booked under the Arms Act and sections covering abetment. Khan's legal team denies any direct involvement. They argue the guards fired entirely in self-defense during an attack orchestrated by a rival coaching center, claiming the FIR is a retaliatory move designed to damage his reputation. The offline battle quickly drew in the students. Hundreds mobilized in Patna, staging street protests and holding candlelight vigils to defend their teacher. The civil court stayed Khan Sir's arrest while lawyers pushed for anticipatory bail. Compounding troubles, the fire services conducted a sudden audit of his institute, citing severe safety lapses and threatened to seal the premises entirely. The Patna docket exposes the underlying friction of the offline education market, where the hunt for student enrollment can spill out the classroom and into armed conflict. A month ago, Khan Sir was defined by his massive YouTube metrics and packed lecture halls. Today, he is fighting to protect his reputation in the Delhi High Court and maintain his physical freedom in Bihar. Star educators wield 2 distinct types of power. On the left, audience power. Massive online followings mobilize as digital armies to intimidate critics and dox journalists. On the right, market power. Competition for offline enrollment turns physical campuses into guarded territories protected by armed guards. The courts will ultimately decide the merits of the defamation claims and the criminal charges. But regardless of the verdicts, these twin crises have permanently shattered the image of the harmless online teacher. India's multi-million-dollar coaching industry is a fiercely guarded, high-stakes battleground.